I did not change my loadout. Shoot. Um, so we're here doing our typical product review. Let me get this video. Oh, geez. I just realized you're all seeing... Alright, so as you can see, we're doing Hellboy, the board game. This is another another game from Mantic, Mantic Games. So I'm going to make a big shout out for them. Review Hellboy, the board game. Sorry guys, I'm just giving myself a little, oh my god. Alright. So I apologize for me stumbling a little bit there, but we're going to be doing a review of Hellboy, the board game. Again, this is from Mantic Games. I wanted to do a big shout out and thank you to them for sending me this copy of the game. For folks that are not familiar, this is a cooperative board game where you and your friends take on the roles of Hellboy and his agents within the Paranormal Investigations Agency. Pretty cool. And we're going to do a little review of it. I'm going to pop this around. Whoa. Pop this around so you guys get a good look at the back of the box. So like I said, this is a tabletop miniature game. It's very, very cool because as you can see, you get the rules, you get dungeon templates. If you guys can see that. So you actually get dungeon tiles. There are 25 miniatures in here, 4 agents, 3 bosses, 18 minions, 13 custom dice, 12 double-sided room tiles. The room tiles are going to be the game itself. For 160 cards, over 120 tokens, counters, quick start guide, and rulebook. And for folks that are not familiar with games like this, it is what we consider a dungeon crawler game. But again, like I said, it is a co-op game, so you will, as players, take on the role of different Hellboy characters. There are additional expansions for this game and other things that have come out, so you can really sink your teeth into a lot of cool things within the Hellboy universe. So without further ado, we're going to take a look. And I have to say, I love the artwork on the box. Obviously, this is all licensed out Hellboy. For folks that don't know, Hellboy was done by Mike Mignola. Beautiful art, wonderful artist. Love his art. Not only did he create Hellboy, but he also worked on DC and Marvel, DC properties as well, and has done different things over the years, different covers, different series. So you have that. The box itself is beautiful. This is a joint board game with sponsorship with Dark Horse. So, they obviously licensed out this game to Mantic Games. And let's take a look inside the box and see what we got. Woo! So I'm going to pop open the box. And again, awesome folks at Mantic. Thank you so much for sending me some copies to review. Obviously, once we get this going, I want to do some focused gameplay videos where we can see this and also review a lot of the expansions. There are quite a few expansions coming out in the next few months for this game, so I can't wait. A lot of those expansions are bosses, so for folks that are big Hellboy fans, they've done most of the major bosses. And now that I got the plastic off the box, I just want to show off that box one more time. It's very, very cool. They have that beautiful Hellboy graphic. You can see them nice and slick on there. Matte finish on the box. With some great Cthulhu-like artwork for folks that know Hellboy. It's one of his bigger villains. We have his girlfriend there, the fire starter, which I always forget. Liz. Wow, it took me a minute. I'm starting to forget. Liz, Abe Sapien, of course. Wow. all of those guys. Whoa. All right. So, for a lot of games, there are usually, when you're doing dungeon crawler games, they will always start with a tutorial. Read this first. Variable. So this is getting ready, setting up the game. So they say setting up the case files. Case files is what you're playing. That's like your scenario. So that's what's cool about these games in general, is that usually the board and the scenarios are going to ever change when you play the game. So this is the quick start guide. It gives you some tidbits about, the agents themselves. So that's going to be your character, your ability cards and such, which we're going to review all that. They call it the Deck of Doom. Encounter deck. So different things you're going to be using inside the game. So this is going to be very key. You want to definitely have this and use this immediately when you read it. Wouldn't be anything. Oh, that's kind of cool. And I was not aware, but apparently they have Dungeon Saga, which I may talk to them about sending me a copy of that because I am a fantasy player. But they also have Star Saga. So they have 2 other games, and I think that's pretty cool. I like that they put it in the box in case you're interested. They have a futuristic setting. And they have a fantasy setting, almost like a Hero's Quest kind of fantasy setting, if you're familiar with GW. These are the rules themselves, but obviously you want to read the tutorial first. And again, if anything else, I love the fact that everything has that, of course, iconic, wonderful Hellboy art in it, which is pretty cool. So it comes with our rulebook, and then we are greeted by our character ability cards. And I should point out that the quality that this is all printed on is so nice. I'm going to open these up, take a look so we can see. But yeah, it's actually very high quality, and again, the theming, and it's nice on there. Lots and lots of cardboard. Oh, that's cool. All right, I will not completely ruin what is under here, but I'm already very much liking what I'm seeing here. That's really cool. All right. This is going to be a quick and dirty review. Alright, so you guys can get a closer look. Actually, I'm going to stick with the wide angle for right now. We'll get to that closer view when we get to some of the models that we'll see. And as I said before, guys, I will try to do these videos a little bit earlier. It's just been really tough lately. We'll try to do them. So you can just see what a typical card looks like. That's your ability card for your character. I'm sorry my camera is so it's like really punching up the colors, which is like kind of crazy. But special rules. So seen it all before. Once per round, when Hellboy spends an action cube to upgrade a test die, a test for himself or another agent, upgrade 2 die rather than 1. So I'm going to assume that what they're meaning here, so this is a dice pool kind of game. So if you've ever played some of these dungeon crawler games, the idea is that you're rolling a dice pool, and usually you're assigning those dice on the bottom, and you're going to be using those dice for your different abilities. So this is your typical character card, and you can see here taunt, move Hellboy's marker to the front of the target proximity queue. So we'll learn more about this. So I'm not going to go into a gameplay video of this, but you get cards for Liz. Oh, that's interesting. You get the Paranormal John Kuza and Abe Sapiens. Those are your 4 agents you can play in the base box, the core set. And then obviously they have expansions for different agents and different monsters. So that's going to be our ability card. So of course with the core set you can play 4 players at once. Then we get a lot of crazy amount of cardboard, so I can give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. Again, love the way that the art is on this, very much styled. Definitely they consulted Mike Mignola and the folks there to get the right look for all of the tiles and such. And again, you have your tiles, counters, and such in here. So lots and lots of cardboard as always. But of course, when you play these collectible card games, when you play these tabletop board games, the real selling point to me is always the models, because, you know, obviously this is tabletop, so you know, even though this is a co-op board game, it still has an RPG tabletop feel to it, like any of the dungeon crawler games do. Because you have leveling up, you have abilities, you have different things that are going to happen. I'm just going to show you guys some of these. I'm not going to pop out all of the tokens at the moment. Like I said, we're gonna do a full playthrough video once I get all the pieces painted up, but you guys can see what you got there on the slabs. You can see we have some sewers, so down in the sewers or castle types of templates. Again, once I read the rules, I'll know what a lot more of these templates are doing. Oops, I'm gonna probably pop that out. As I say, this looks like the general like case files, trackers for within gameplay. Again, some more tiles. You can see that really beautiful Mike Mignola art on there, so you can really see that beautiful Hellboy art that they've put throughout. Different, I'm guessing, innocent bystander tokens and objective marker tokens that we're seeing on those other sheets. Some more dungeon tiles. And again, the dungeon tiles, I'm sure, once we get to the cards themselves, which we'll look at all of that, you will start to see those change. Looks like we also have some specific character tokens, maybe. Some of those look like burn tokens or disintegrating tokens, which I'm sure Liz has some sort of firepower, since she has pyrokinesis. She's a fire starter. So I'm sure they have some sort of mechanic where she's burning people in game. I'm going to actually put the box down here. Now, I already love this game. I'm going to tell you why I love this game. And I have to give Mantic a huge bonus for this. But anytime a game gives you, and I don't think I'm probably not doing the box justice. But everything in the box is nicely packaged. And there's a sneaky little thing in here. So, you have your, I'm going to show you guys the bottom of the box. You have everything packaged out really nicely, but there is another package underneath there. And I'm pretty sure that that's where your tiles go. So they actually have a hidden compartment underneath this, so all the tiles can go in there, which I think is pretty awesome. So that means that this box can contain your entire board game. Which I am a huge fan of that. But I am an even bigger fan when a game does this. And they've done that, and they do this with both this game. They also do it with the Total War game. So they have all of your models nice and secure inside of this plastic. So even if you go through and paint them, which I plan on doing, I'll be painting out all these models so that they look really nice. You have this nice storage compartment to put them all in. All of our themed dice for our different types of hits. And again, it comes with quite a few models. I think I'm going to save those models for a minute. Let's pop this open. So again, and I should mention that why is that? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 sec. I don't know why it would say that. That's really weird. Sorry, guys. Playing with wires and stuff. I don't understand why. Sorry that you guys are getting a shot of my arm. Yeah, for some reason that did not work out well. They did do a nice job of taping and securing this stuff. So that is really nice. You can see there. So I'm just going to pop that tape off. We'll go through some of the models. I'm not going to go crazy because you have a lot of minions on this side. I'm just going to go over the main sort of characters that are on here, and of course the big boss models that you get. in the base game. So, there we go. So I'm pretty sure that's Rasputin. And in fact, looks like Rasputin. But you guys can see the detail of the models. Now, they feel like plastic. Pretty sure that that's Abe Sapien. Yeah, that's definitely Abe. Very cool. I really like the pose of this one. That's Liz Sherman. And you can see her getting her fire pyrotechnics on, which is very, very cool. She's got fire coming out of her hand. I was very, you know what? Not to say I don't like the comic version of this character, but the Hellboy movies, the Ron Perlman original Hellboy movies, I thought they did in Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, they did a much cooler rendition of this character. Mignola's rendition, and in general, Mignola's stuff is very simplified. It's very graphic. It's very done. And these are definitely done in the Mignola style, so the original style of Hellboy, which I think there's something really cool to be said about that. Yeah, this is, so for folks that don't know this character, he is the character in Hellboy. He's John Kraus is his name. And he essentially is a ghost. He is a ghost inside of a suit. So he is a ghost. He's spectral, and he figures out how to basically possess this suit, so he can walk around and physically interact with things. But he also can he can basically come out of the suit and be a ghost too. So in the comic, you'll see him possess things a lot, which is pretty cool. And of course, the main man himself, which I love this model. You can see Hellboy there. I think the detail on these models are really, really good. And again, this doesn't retail for a lot. The Hellboy game only retails for $100. So you're getting, if you look at the actual game, you're getting all of these models. So again, your 4 main characters and your boss Rasputin, and then a bunch of minions. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 12 there. You also get other models there. So 12, 2, 4, 6. So you have 18 models on this sheet. You have another, so 18 models plus these guys. I mean, you're getting 25 models in a box, which is pretty cool. Now, what's cool about these games, too, and I always love, is that this is a way or accessible way to get some of these figures. So if you want to obviously use them in other capacities other than the game, you totally can do that. Let's check out some of the other models that are here. I don't know what these guys are. They're like lizard guys. You know what? Before we do that, I sort of skipped. I'm going to bring this box back for a second, and we'll look at a couple more models. But, again, I love the fact that they have all of these trays and everything in here. So you have plastic covering everything. So everything's nice and secure. I'm going to pop back to my larger camera angle. And obviously all of your tokens and everything. So you have bag tokens. That's going to be markers for your players, so everybody knows what color they are, which I think has to do with priority for shooting and stuff. There's a bunch of little cubes in here. I don't know what they're used for yet because I didn't read the instructions of the game. This is your encounters deck. This is where you're going to have all the different encounters and things that can happen. Because usually, for most of these types of dungeon crawler games, there's some mechanic where you roll to find out what your encounter is. Boss behavior. I think that's a pretty cool mechanic in this game. You actually have a deck that you're moving up. I guess this is the bad stuff. Think about it that way. They have meters in the game, and you're basically moving up those meters. There's a couple of other games that have things like that. Now, it says case files. These decks of cards are case files. You should have 6 in this box. There are These are BP classified, so don't open them yet. Each case file is a different scenario you can play, and the first time you play it, it should be a surprise. So no peeking until the time is right. The game will tell you when to open them. This case file is the least complex and is used in the tutorial. Oh, that's pretty cool. We recommend you put the others back in the box. Maybe just forget they exist for now. That's kind of fun. Alright, so you have all your case files. So the idea of what they're telling you, that's why they package it like this. That's kind of cool, actually. They put this on top so you can't see the other case files. And it's funny. This is the back of the case files deck. To avoid spoilers, turn it over and only look at the front of the top card. So there's a lot of like uniqueness of keeping you out of the loop. So they basically sandwich all the case files together so you can play them in order. So you can kind of have this really fresh, fun experience. I lied. I said that there was a tray under there to hold the dungeon tiles. I am completely wrong about that. So does that mean that they didn't give you room to put the dungeon tiles? Okay, so I guess they did. They give you additional bags to put dungeon tiles in. I guess they did. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna just open up the foes deck really quick. Or the encounters deck. I don't want to ruin. I think that is a really good point that they made. Not to ruin the fun of playing the game. To try not to look at the encounter cards and to try not to look at the case file cards. Because then it is a little bit more random and it's fun. So I think that's always cool to do with these games. What I noticed is not in this particular game, although I haven't read the rules, so I don't want to say that it isn't. Yeah, so you can see. I'm going to stop looking at this. Okay, so you see, like, they have things like frog swarms. I'm not going to try, like I said, I'm trying not to read the encounter cards. So I don't really know what's going to happen. But, of course, the encounter cards tell you what enemies you're going to need, and obviously the rules are going to tell you more. So when we look at minion models, I'm assuming... Oh, there we go. So I'm assuming this is the model for a frog swarm. I'm going to hold that up. Let me switch to my better camera. I'm going to hold that up so you guys get a nice... Yeah, so that's a frog swarm, which we have a couple of. I'm assuming that these are like lizard people or frog people. Again, you'll have scenarios and encounter cards that tell you when or what enemies to put in there. But these are all like... So maybe the frog swarms start off if you're doing like scenarios from beginning to end, and then they turn into these things or mutate, which is kind of interesting. It's pretty cool, and you have a lot of those different frog guys. And then we have the boss minis, which Rasputin, I'm assuming, is a boss as well, because they say you get 3 boss minis, but they have some larger boss minis. So this is just a lot of fun. It's the tentacle kind of Cthulhu-like model, and again, even if you are, obviously if you're a Hellboy fan and you're looking to play the game, the models are amazing. But like I said, I love these types of games because then this might become a model you use in a DM session, or maybe you want to create a DM session Hellboy themed. You can totally do that with something like this. But the model details are so good. They're so awesome. And then you will remember these from the first Hellboy movie. I have to say, the Hellboy movies in general are pretty accurate to the book. But this is one of the, like, tentacle monster... It's basically the evolved form of that other bigger guy. Very cool. And I should say that this game is very authentic to the comic book. I mean, they are pulling everything from the literal comic book. But I wanted to do a little review because I just love these models. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure, and I think it says it on the book. I'm going to look really quick. Yeah. And like I said, the HQ board is like your like big board. We're not going to go through gameplay as of now. Alright, the 4, so I'll show you guys here. The 4 icons on the top of the agent board represent the agent's 4 skills. So, you know, going back to what I said, that's what's cool about this, is that every agent has a set of skills, unique actions, health tracker. So they all have different stuff. Markers are placed here to track any damage the agent has, threat level, and then you can see here starting cards. So every character starts off like, we took Abe's Sapien here, Abe's Harpoon, so they get equipment that they start with, that they can start fighting. Oh, there we go, action cubes. That's what the little cubes are for that I was talking about before. So the little cubes before are action cubes. Each player has a set of action cubes, which, okay, player removes, right. So, you know, when you start to learn how to play, and then upgrade and downgrades, yeah, so it'll go through all that. But this is a dice test game. So pretty cool. I like to do a quick reference guide in the back too, to give you like a quick way while you're playing to like go, hey, where am I going to go? So that is pretty cool. And like I said, they give you the quick start guide. They give us the cards. And this is just a basic set. So this is just a basic set for Hellboy. There are going to be a lot of other expansions for it. And I am dying to get my hands on playing a little bit of this with some pals. So like I said, I'm trying to figure out, because it doesn't really have like an assembly guide or other stuff. So I don't know. I'm assuming that these are plastic models. I'm going to double check the back of the box again. I don't think they're resin, so I think you can just prime them normally. I don't think you have to do them in a wash or anything like that. So I think you're good. I think you're good to go. Let's see here. Yeah, it just says 25 miniatures. And an average game length is 60 to 90 minutes, and it's 1 to 4 players. Now this says 1 to 4 players. I don't know if you get the additional expansions if you can play more. I believe it is a 4-player game. I don't think it can go to more than 4 players. Which, I'm okay with that. I mean, not every board game can go all the way in. But again, I don't know if, because there is an additional agent box that you can buy. I think if you buy the additional agent box, you can go higher. Higher than the 4. So I'm going to put this up here. Just trying to reconstitute everything that was in the box so we can get it back on track. Actually, I should put the agent cards in there. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? So like I said, you get 4 agents, but pretty cool because you get the 4 free. You get the 4 main characters really in there, even though, like I said, they introduced the ghost character in the 3rd movie. And then we open this up, but I'm not going to punch all these out now. But that's all of your tokens. So obviously, once you punch all of this stuff out, you very much, I think, have enough room to get it all in there. You might have to put a couple of plastic bags. Give you guys a bigger look. For stuff, but not too bad. And obviously, as you read the rules, it's cool. And again, I like games like this because when you're playing with a bunch of friends, it's a co-op board game. So you're not competing with each other for an objective or trying to beat each other for the game. Like I said, I believe you can just do normal priming for these guys. but I'm going to be looking to get into painting these. I'll have to prime them first, because I'm always going to prime stuff, and we'll see from that. But again, this is the Hellboy board game. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Again, this was a quick unboxing, a little overview of the game. Like I said, really cool stuff. Tons of expansions. Like I said, there's an... What is going on? Why is my camera not... What the heck? Alright. Hold on, guys. Sorry. My camera apparently went dark. That's great. I'm just trying to see if my camera will come back up. Is it just that this wasn't in all the way? Alright, so I apologize for the lack of video. That's a weird message I've never gotten before. Alright, sorry guys, I'm just doing a little bit of reverse engineering here. And that would be why. This is not plugged in at all. Hold on one sec, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, my lord. Oh, the things that I find... Okay, that might be why, because do I have everything plugged in? Great. Oh, man. Alright. Well, that solves that problem as to why that wasn't working. Sorry, guys, for the delay in our video. I'm playing the magic game of... Okay, cool. I just found what I'm... Just went. Alright, there you go. You guys got me back. Alright, so sorry about that. I love how I get more viewers when I have nothing going on. let me just unhook this really quick because I'm going to have to wait till that comes back on. So yeah, sorry guys for the technical difficulty in the video. Everything just decided to die literally in the same spot. But I think we're okay now. I think everything's connected. That was really bad. Okay, great. So at least you guys have me back. I do apologize. So we did just do a review of the Hellboy board game. And I will be posting more videos of us playing it. I don't think my camera's coming back, so that's intriguing. So you guys got a little bit of darkness, and then I got some camera back. We're just gonna chalk that up to a funny part of the video. Apparently, my cable I thought was plugged into power was not plugged into power, and everything just slowly died of battery, which is pretty amazing. I didn't think I could make everything die in one shot. But now I have everything rerouted, so it should be fine. I'm just waiting for my camera, and you guys can see my light is still working, because it's weird how everything was kind of connected in a way that allowed parts of it to work, but not all of it. It's just amazing. So I'm gonna hold up the camera there. So again, we were doing the Hellboy board game by Mantic Games. Again, a big shout out to Mantic for supplying me with a copy of the game so I can do some additional videos. Wow, this is just not working now. That's crazy. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed what you were watching for the last little bit, consider following the channel. I will be doing more. We'll be doing some game playthroughs. Not playthroughs. We'll be doing some full gameplay of the board game. Let me just put my window a little bit bigger for now. So you guys, hey, I'm moving. So we'll be doing a bigger version of a playthrough of the game. We'll do like top down. You'll get turns. We'll do a campaign, maybe with a little bit of a twist. But I'm really looking forward to grabbing this. I'm really looking forward to checking out the expansions, both the ones that are currently out as well as the ones that are coming out, because they have quite a bit coming out. For this. It's going to be a lot of the bosses and other characters from the game, which is very, very cool. But again, this is Hellboy, the board game by Dark Horse and Mantic Games. And again, I am Vamp Mario, also known as the Modern Geek. So if you want to check out more tabletop gameplay, I'll be doing this. I'll be doing things like Warhammer Quest. We typically on Thursdays do our RPG campaign. Unfortunately, folks were not able to make it this week. But we'll be going back to Red Markets. If you're familiar with that game, we'll also be doing a Toon campaign. So if you want to see a very wacky, crazy adventure with all things Toon, with a bunch of cartoon characters, with me leading them as their fearless storyteller / DM, please definitely come back on Thursday. So that's why definitely subscribing to the channel is a good thing, or following the channel. I always say subscribe, but it's follow on Twitch. And then you can also check out my YouTube channel. If you do pull through the videos that are here on Twitch, right now a lot of the videos that are on the YouTube channel, actually all of them, are previous videos that I recorded, but I threw them onto the YouTube channel. I'll be doing some exclusive videos once I get everything painted up, and we'll be doing some cinematic campaigns in Warhammer Age of Sigmar, 40K, and most importantly Kings of War from Mantic Games. I'll be doing a lot of Mantic game reviews, and a lot of new stuff's coming out. For folks that don't know them, they are Kings of War is an amazing game, and Vanguard is as well. They have some great titles, and what's cool about them is that they're very cost effective when it comes to the models that they do sell, and there's a wider variety, just interesting lore and characters, and they are redoing many of their lines of models, so you're going to see a lot of really cool stuff. Not to toot Mantic Games horn, but they do. The coolest thing to me is that you can play with models from other games, but with their rule set. They actually encourage you to mash things up, get models from other places, as well as the models that they make, which I think are very cool. And again, super impressed with the models inside of here. and the other models I've seen. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the technical difficulties at one point of it. I have worked those out. Didn't realize things weren't plugged in. But we'll see you next time, and I look forward to it. Again, there are some links below if you want to check those out. There's some additional ways to support the channel, both from a monetary standpoint, so ways to contribute monetarily to the channel. All that money goes back into getting other products to review, materials I need to paint, and do live art. So it's all getting reinvested in there so I can do better content, better things for you guys. Again, thanks for watching. See you soon. And if you're catching this video after the fact, think about following the channel. Check out the other content that we have. And if you guys are with me live, please check out the other videos as well, because we do a lot of different things on the channel. And as always, following, being with us live, contributing in the chat, are all great free ways to support the channel, because the more you do that, the more I'm out there checking out other folks. Alright, take care everybody, and again, if you just joined us, go back and watch the whole video. You can see a full review of Hellboy the board game, and what the box looked like. Really an unboxing, not a total review, because once we do a full gameplay video, I'll do like a full review, but I gotta paint up what's in here first, all the models and such. Alright, take care everybody, we'll see you very, very soon.